Many founders view growth through a linear lens, assuming that expansion requires a proportional injection of capital, headcount, and technology. History shows that an abundance of early resources often produces fragile, bloated operations that rely on spending to solve systemic issues. Operating under severe resource constraints forces a different outcome, forging enterprises that remain agile and structurally robust. Resourcefulness functions as a rigorous operational architecture, providing a stable foundation for long-term growth. Competitive advantage belongs to organizations that extract the maximum value from the assets they already possess. This typographical layout displays the baseline equation most early-stage businesses run on: growth equals resources. If we strike through resources with a harsh red line and replace it with resourcefulness, the underlying logic of the business changes. Resource dependency creates a linear model where 1 unit of external capital yields 1 unit of business output. The resourceful model operates as a closed-loop system designed to take a single input and generate multiple disparate outputs. Shifting to a non-linear multiplication mindset provides a path to scale operations without relying on outside capital. To see how this works in practice, look at a concept called asset multiplexing within high-performing e-commerce workflows. Traditionally, a customer question connects to resolved and is discarded, yielding 0 compounding value. Asset multiplexing views every input as a mechanism serving multiple vectors simultaneously. The question becomes educational content, is added to the FAQ database, and routes back to drive product iteration. By multiplexing the asset, the cost of answering a single ticket improves the baseline performance of 3 separate business units. This framework extends across all capital investments, including marketing and creative assets. Standard product photography is often inefficient, with expensive images used once on a single platform and then archived. A central node representing a product photo extends a line to a web asset, generating value on the primary website. A secondary use places that image into social media to drive awareness. A third route sends it into email campaigns for re-engagement. Successful advertising follows the same principle, where one winning concept is converted into multiple marketing formats. Creative negotiation also applies here, treating supplier relationships as an asset to be expanded rather than a limitation to accept. Using creative assets as multi-use tools reduces capital bleed and accelerates the return on investment. This approach to asset utilization leads to a specific psychological framework for internal problem solving. When an operational challenge arises, a common reflex is to ask, what do we lack? This decision tree shows the result. A new challenge creates a dependency loop requiring new tools or budgets. Experienced operators instead ask, how can our existing strengths solve this? A green path branches inwards, auditing the existing asset inventory and creating a closed-loop system. This internal constraint drives experimentation and systemic improvement within the team. By focusing on internal possibilities, a company achieves a state of self-sustaining problem-solving. On a macro level, these daily habits shape the company's fundamental operating system. Operating with restricted resources establishes aggressive operational discipline from the start. This loop illustrates the first pillar of discipline: careful measurement of resource allocation, tracked by an ROI gauge. The second pillar is the rapid elimination of internal waste, pushing the gauge upwards. The third is strictly prioritizing activities with the highest return. These disciplines remain embedded in the company's structure, providing a lasting advantage as the business scales. Constraint-driven optimization ensures a business remains lean and profitable as it grows its market share. This violent wave crashing heavily against an unyielding cliff face perfectly represents the destructive impact of sudden, unexpected market volatility. When a market shift strikes, the linear model on the left fractures as external supply lines snap. Dependency-built businesses struggle when external resources dry up. Conversely, resourceful organizations dynamically reroute existing assets to absorb the shock. Operational resourcefulness builds structural resilience, allowing the core business to remain intact when external variables shift. Within this operational loop, ingenuity proves more durable than raw excess. Apply the asset multiplier framework to your own operations today. Choose one existing asset, a piece of customer feedback, a product image, a training document, or an email campaign. Identify 5 different functional ways that single asset can generate new value without any new investment. Mastering the extraction of maximum value from your current resources creates a powerful, resilient business, fully capable of self-directed exponential growth.